His eyes felt heavy as he dropped himself onto his bed. He could feel the tiredness wash over him, keeping him in its tight grip of sleep. All he needed was a good night's rest, no dreams, no interruption. Every time he did dream, he could never rest. He feared his dreams may come to life. It didn't take long for him to drift off. It had been a long day rife with stress and activity, a cheap but effective excuse to get him to empty his head before laying it on its pillows. In his bedroom, next to the entrance, existed nothing but a small nightlight, round and red, which he would switch on every night before he went to sleep. This was a habit he acquired from young, his mother leaving a small light on to help fend off the dark and any fears lurking within it. The colour was of no concern to him, to the contrary, he had always found red soothing. The light allowed him to rest easy, knowing that whenever he would open his eyes, it would still be there, a tiny little beacon to help him find his way from the nightmares and horrors from the abyss in his sleep. He slept, the warm red glow of a room he knew so well, easing him into the safety of a dreamless port. His eyes were open, but he couldn't quite make out the room. The nightlight was far away, more than usual. A cloud of smoke enveloped his room, preventing him from seeing what was happening. Had a fire started in the house? Maybe a neighbouring one, or some restaurant had met such a fate, and the smoke had reached him. Either way, he had to get out of there, and fast. Here was not somewhere he should stay for long. And this was not a feeling which stemmed from the presence of the smoke alone, but also from realizing that in the room there was hopefully someone close to him. He considered it was someone who had come to help him escape, but he could not see them. He could only discern shadows in the veil as the smoke got ever denser. He rose as fast as he could, focusing on the small red light, ever present, though faint. It took all the strength he had to start moving towards it, and yet, for every step he took, the light moved further away. Gripped by fear and helplessness, he thrashed towards it, to no effect, the looming shadows growing in size and number. Their presence caused him anguish. Something was dragging him away from the exit, from his salvation. Slowly, agonizingly, a shadowy hand gripped the nightlight, extinguishing the warm and comforting glow. And then, he was in the dark. He jolted awake, nearly knocking a glass off his bedside table. The sweat on his face was icy. He'd been visited by another nightmare. He opened his eyes and sat up. He needed to splash some water across his face, help wash the fear and stress away. He felt the cold floor with his feet. He looked at the door, but in vain. The red nightlight was dark.